Hello guys, Mr. Hugo here for another lesson. Today we are going to talk about gradient. Straight lines. We continue with straight lines, but today we are going to talk about the gradient. What is the gradient? The gradient is basically the steepness of the curve, alright? So every straight line has an equation like this: y equals mx plus c, okay? And this m is our gradient, alright? Gradient is basically the steepness or the inclination or of the curve, alright? And to calculate this gradient, what I do is I grab 2 points. Okay, let's say that I grab an initial point x0, y0, and another point xy. So I grab 2 points, and my gradient m will be equal to y minus y0 over x minus x0. Okay, this is always how I calculate my gradient. There are other visual methods to see what is the gradient of a straight line, but yeah, if we stick to this, we never go wrong. So the graph below shows the lines A, B, and C. It's to find out the grade multiple answer. Let's find out the gradient of these curves. Let's start with the curve A. Okay, let's start with A. So the curve A, immediately we can see that is pointing down. Alright, and if it's pointing down, that means my gradient is negative. So it can only be this one or this one. Alright, it can never be positive, because if it is positive, then the inclination should go up, and in line A the inclination is going down, so the gradient must be negative. Alright, so let's now grab 2 points from the curve. Okay, let's say, for example, this point, which is the point minus 1, 3. Okay, I'm going to write here, I grab the point minus 1, 3 as my initial point, and I grab the point, let's say this one, the point 0, 1. Okay, so I'm going to measure the inclination between those 2 points. Okay, and to do that, what I do, just a minute. Okay, I'm going to wipe this out. To do this, what I do is that I do my m equals y minus y0. So I'm going to write it here, y minus y0 over x minus x0. Okay, this will be equal my y, those are my points x0, y0 and xy. Okay, so y minus y0 will be 1 minus 3. Okay, 1 minus 3 over x minus x0, that will be 0 minus minus 1, 0 minus minus 1, and that will be minus 2 over 1, which will be minus 2. Okay, so this gradient minus 2 is my correct answer. Alright, let's see the B. The B, well, the B is very obvious that the gradient is 1. Okay, but yeah, let's grab 2 points. Okay, let's grab for example this point, which is 1, 1, and this point, which is 2, 2. Okay, so if I do, so I grab 1, 1 and 2, 2. Okay, and if I do, my m will be 2 minus 1, 2 minus 1, that is y minus y0 over, again, 2 minus 1, 2 minus 1, which is x minus x0. Okay, so we have 1 over 1, which is 1. Okay, And there we have it. For the next one, again, let's go for the strategy of grabbing the points from the line. Line C, let's see, two known points. I have this one, for example, which is, it's the point -2, -4. And then I have, for example, this one, which is 0, -3. 0, -3. Okay, I grab these 2 points, and now, again, I'm going to do m equals y minus y0. That will be -3 minus -4, okay? Over 0 minus -2, okay? So you have -3 plus 4, -3 plus 4, and you have 2, okay? So that means your gradient is 1 over 2. Okay, so that makes this one the correct answer. Now, there is another strategy of calculating this, alright? And the strategy in the first one, if you go for the first one, which the gradient is -2, -2 or 2 means that every x that you move 2 y's. Okay, so for example, from this point here, which is -1, 3, to this point here, which is 0, 0, 1, okay, I only moved 1 x. I'm going to paint it out. I'm only moved 1 x, but I have moved 2 y's, okay? And I did that in a negative inclination, right? So if I moved 1 x and 2 y's, that means my gradient is 2, because I'm moving 2 y's for each x, okay? My gradient is 2, but my steepness is negative, my inclination is negative, so it must be -2, okay? So remember this, for if I move 2 y's for each x that the line goes, that means that my gradient is 2, okay? If it has a negative declination, my gradient will be -2. If it is positive inclination, then my gradient will be +2, okay? So let's go for the line B, for example, okay? Line B, you can see that for each x that I move, let's say I move 1 x, how many y's did I move? I move 1 y, okay? So if for each x I moved 1 y, that means that my gradient is 1, okay? For each y I moved 1 x, for each x I moved 1 y, my gradient is 1. Also, the steepness is positive, okay? So it's +1, okay? Now let's see the third one. The third one, I already know that is positive also, okay? Because my inclination is positive. It's going to the upside. It's not going to the downside, it's going to the upside. And it's going to the upside in this manner. For each 2 x's I move 1 y, okay? That means for each 2 y's I move only 1 x. No, not that. For each 2 x's I move 1 y, okay? That means that for each x I move half of y, okay? For each x that I move, for 2 x's I have moved 1 y. For 1 x I have moved half of a y, okay? Half of a y in the positive direction. That means that my gradient must be an half, okay? Must be 1 over 2, okay? Positive 1 over 2, because my inclination is to the upside, okay? So that is the visual strategy to do this. you do whatever you prefer, whatever you have confidence to do, but well, this is very fast. Visually is very fast. It involves no calculations, it's just know how to spot it. Alright? Okay, let's move to the next one. Look at the graph at the right, find the equation of the straight line, give your answer in the form y equals mx plus c. Okay. So we want to find the equation of this line. Okay. I already told you that the equation of a straight line is always like this, always. Okay. But let's decode what these values are. Okay. X and y are just points. Okay. The coordinates of the points. But m is my gradient. Okay. And my c is always the point that the straight line crosses the y-axis. Okay, always crosses y-axis. Okay, so this is the point. Okay, that means I've crossed the straight line in the point 0, 1. So my c, I know it's 1. Okay, and it's always like this. So to know the equation of my straight line, I only need to calculate the m. And the m, what is it? The gradient. We just did 3 just above. Okay, so I'm going to calculate the gradient for this one. Okay, let's do the fast way. Okay, for each x that I move, how many y's do I move? Well, 1, 2, 3. For each x that I move 3 y's. That means my gradient is 3. Positive 3, because this straight line is pointing up. Okay, so immediately I know that the equation of my straight line will be 3x plus 1. Just for looking at the chart. Okay, let's repeat it. I crossed my y-axis in the point 1. Okay, so I have my c. My c is 1. My gradient for each x that I move 3 y's. Okay, 3 y's. That means that my gradient is 3. Positive 3, because the declination is to the upside. Okay, so there we have it. We have the gradient, we have the c, so we have our equation of the straight line. 3x plus 1. Okay, it's done. Okay, next one. Use the grid for the questions below. Draw the line x plus 1. Okay, x plus 1. Just a minute. Okay, x plus 1. Again, this is x plus 1 will be something. My m, you know that the default is y equals mx plus c. M is the gradient, c is the point that crosses the y-axis. Okay, so my gradient in this line is 1. Okay, because I have y equals 1x. Okay, x or 1x is the same, and my c is 1. Okay, my c is 1. Let me just rub it out. My c is 1. So that means that I cross my y-axis in point 1 with a steepness of 1. This is very easy to trace. Okay, I cross this line. Okay, and the steepness is for each x that I advance 1y. For each x that I advance another y, and so on. Okay, we just have to put a line over it. So I'm going to do that. and this is my line, okay, all over those dots, okay. We just have to label it. Y equals x plus 1, okay, and there you have it. By drawing a second line, find the equation of the line parallel to this line, which passes through the point 2, 1. Okay, let me think a bit about it. The point 2, 1 is this point here, okay. If it's this point here and it's parallel to x plus 1, well, that's we know if it's parallel. One thing about the parallel lines is that the gradient is the same, okay. The gradient must be the same, so automatically I know that the line that we are looking for, again, is always like this, right? mx plus c. I don't know the c yet, I will find it, but I know my m is also 1, okay. Why is it 1? Because the lines are parallel, and if they are parallel, they have the same inclination. They never cross, they have the same inclination, okay. So my m will also be 1x. My gradient is 1, my m will be 1, okay, and my equation will be 1x plus something. I don't know that something, I will find it out, okay. So let me draw the chart with the same steepness of that line, okay. I'm going to put another color, red. Let me see if it's this one. Yep, this one is absolutely parallel to the first one, okay, and crosses the point that we draw. So where this line crosses the y-axis, in here, it's in -1, okay. So the equation of my new line must be 1x minus 1, okay, which is the same as having x minus 1, okay. So yeah, I think we are done for this page. I covered the two strategies I used to spot out the gradients. Let me know what you think. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you like the video, and I'll see you in the next one, which will be just in a moment. Cheers!